single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way. Every single day I'm gonna make something great. That's my way.
So, I fell asleep in the chair last night and I woke up at 6 o'clock this morning. So I went to bed and then I woke up at just gone 11 o'clock. How lazy am I? So, I'm just having this cereal bar for something to eat now before I do some lunch. So that's 5 cents for this cereal bar and they're really tasty. So 5 cents well spent. Hello, day's got away with me today. I had that cereal bar, didn't have any lunch. I've been busy doing other things. So I'm just going to show you now how to make low sin garlic bread. It will work out at 1 sin and a healthy extra A and B. So I'll show you how you make that now. Okay. Right, I'm going to make some cheesy garlic bread to go with our dinner. Now, all I have got, these are here, Sainsbury's whole, so we can see that. They're Sainsbury's wholemeal muffins, and one muffin is either 7 cents or a healthy extra B, and I'm using it as a B today. My husband decided he wanted the homemade garlic bread instead of the shop one. So I'm doing one for me and one for him. So I've got a ½ teaspoon measure here. So I'm going to use 2 half teaspoons of, I can't believe it's not Butter Light. Half a teaspoon is half a sin. And I'm going to use 2. So they will be 1 sin of butter on there. I recommend that you buy some sort of measuring spoon because you can pick them up cheap in Poundland anywhere, just so you do get an accurate measurement, because judging the measurements obviously can affect your weight loss. So all I've done with these muffins, I've split them in half and I have just put them under the grill literally for a minute, just to ever so slightly toast them, but not so they've gone brown. So that's one in there. Like so, just spread that all over, and then what I'm going to do, I'm just going to pop them back under the grill. All I'm doing that for is just to melt the butter into the muffin. So I shall just pop those under the grill. Okay, now you'll see these are out of the grill now and the butter has totally melted into the muffin. So I have weighed out 2 portions of a healthy extra there. There's 40 grams in each one because this is lighter cheddar, fresh parsley and some lazy garlic. So you can make these as garlicky or as light as you want. So I'm just going to put a little bit of garlic on each one, like that, and just spread it over like that. Then once you've done that, you can use dried garlic, but not garlic, you can use dried parsley, but I'm using fresh parsley today. So sprinkle parsley on top, again as much as you want. And then the cheese. I've got 40 grams here, so it's quite a lot per one, so they'll be nice and substantial. Like that. So that's what they're now like. I'm going to pop these back under the grill and I'll show you what they're like once they come out. Okay, so here are our finished garlic breads. I didn't want to toast them too much because I will be just warming them up in the oven after. So 2 of these is just 1 sin, but it's also 1 healthy extra B and 1 healthy extra A. But for 1 sin garlic bread, I think it looks cracking. It smells really nice, so that will be part of my dinner. Hope you've enjoyed watching that. So it must be love, I say. My husband requested a date and walnut cake, so I have just made this. It's going in the oven now for 1 hour and 15 minutes. I haven't bothered to sin it because I will steer clear of it. I'll send some down to my mum and my husband and kids will eat that. But if you do want the recipe, it is off the website Cooking with Granny, and it's date and walnut, or walnut and date cake. So I will show you what it looks like when it comes out, but not very Slimming World friendly. I'm just I'm going to sit down now and I am having a banana as a snack. So I just thought I'd show you another gadget I use in the kitchen. I need some onions for dinner. It's a Briefton's chopper. Comes with 3 different blades. That's like a medium one. There's a bigger squared one, and then there's a tiny little hold one that's little squares. So just makes chopping things really simple. So I need onions for my dinner tonight. So you just put your vegetable on there, push down, and it's in. So I need quite a few onions. The recipe says 4, but my onions are small. And there you go. As you can see, onions all diced ready for my recipe in a matter of less than a minute. It does come with a separate lid as well, so if you want to prepare vegetables, then you just stick the lid on and pop them in the fridge and keep them for when you want. But really handy gadget, that one. It's the same make as the gadget I use with the pull string, the round one. Briefton's chopper. Just showing you another thing that I'm putting in with my sticky pasta I'm making tonight. Now this slow cooked British shredded ham hock is half a sin for the whole packet. Now I'm gonna make my meal serve 6, so half a sin between 6 is nothing, is it? So I'm not even gonna count that ham. But I bought this because purely for the convenience, but there was only literally 1 packet left. So I bought this one. Now this one is totally sin free. It's just you've got to obviously cut it up yourself. So if you do make the recipe I'm going to do, I wouldn't bother buying it. And I think that one was cheaper. So I wouldn't bother buying the shredded one because it's wasted sins. But like I said, half a sin between 6 people is nothing. It's only 5 of us having the meal, but I'm going to do it for 6, and then there'll be some spare for somebody for tomorrow. So yeah, so sometimes it's not worth getting things just for convenience, because you save yourself half a sin there. So in with our dinner tonight, I have weighed this out because there's going to be cheese in there. There's the ham all chopped up and ready. I have got in here 3 portions of healthy extra A parmesan, and then 3 portions of 40 grams of the lighter cheese in there. So there's 120 grams altogether in there, and that will be going in. The parmesan will be going in the dish, and the cheddar, light cheddar, will be going on the top. So I shall start cooking now. My pasta's boiled, and I shall show you how I'm getting along. So I've just fried off the ham quickly and put it to the side, and then in here I've got 1 big teaspoon of lazy garlic and the onions, and all I'm doing is just frying these off so they go a little bit brown and soft, and then I'll be adding in 2 tablespoons of balsamic vinegar. So the balsamic is already in here now, and they're looking quite nice and sticky. So I have got some fresh spinach, which I've taken a little bit out of the bag, but otherwise using the whole bag. 200 grams you need, and I'm just going to let that wilt down. As you can see, that massive bag of spinach is now wilted right down to next to nothing. So I will now add the pasta, the cooked pasta. Right, I've just added more balsamic vinegar, the ham and the parmesan, and some fresh basil leaves, and I'm going to mix that all together now and then transfer it to an oven dish. This is what it looks like now before I put it into the other dish. This is now into the oven dish, and I've just scattered on some more fresh basil, and I'm just going to top it off now with the 120 grams of lighter cheese all over the top as evenly as I can. Just put that on there. And that's it. So I'm going to pop that into the oven now. Oh, and we'll see what it looks like when it comes out. And this is the finished dish out of the oven, ready to serve up. This is my finished dinner for tonight. It is sticky pasta and garlic bread, and the whole meal is 1 healthy extra B, both healthy extra A choices, and 1 sin. There's the sticky pasta and the garlic bread. Now, I saw the recipe for the sticky pasta on Chloe Phillips' Instagram. So if you pop over there, and it's in her, is it what they call the bio? If you click on her name, there's little round circles with videos in, and it's one of those, and it's called sticky pasta. So I can't take the credit for that, but it looks delicious. So I am going to go and eat that now. Also, it does say on the recipe that it is from the Slimming World, New Slimming World magazine, so it's possibly in there as well. Just making me and the 3 children a lemon dessert. So this is my finished dessert. It's a small little bowl. So I have got in there 1 little lemon cake for 5 sins. I have got 1.5 sins of the lemon meringues from Marks and Spencer's. They're half a sin of meringue. I have got 1.5 sins worth of the chocolate stars, which was 5 grams. And then I have got half of one of the ski mousses for 2 sins. So the whole dessert is 10. I like something sweet after my main meal. And also I'd quite easily spend 10 on just a bar of chocolate or something like that. So that's my sweet treat for today. Here's my finished date and walnut cake for my husband, which smells divine. So I hope you've enjoyed the content of today's vlog, seeing what I've eaten again on the Slim and Well plan. If you have, please come back. Thank you to everyone who's already subscribed. If you do know anyone who is in need of any help or inspiration to cook different meals, etc., then let them know about my channel. If you do ever have any questions you want to ask me, then just put them in the comments and I'll get back to you. So I'm just going to end on something that might make you laugh. Earlier on, when I was looking for the recipe for the sticky pasta, my son, who's 12, I said to him, "Oh, Chloe Phillips," I said, "she's got 153,000 followers on Instagram. That's good, isn't it?" And he went, "Yeah, Mum, it's because she's pretty." So he obviously doesn't think I am. But I am over 20 years older than Chloe Phillips. But I thought that was quite funny when he said that. And if any of you ever wonder, because obviously you see my arms in the thing, if you ever wonder what my tattoo is, that is my 3 boys' dates of birth, because I had 3 children quite quickly together, and 2 of them are actually born with talipes. One was on the left, one was on the right, and they had to have little operations, and you wouldn't know they've got a problem now. They sorted it out. But I have to keep ringing the hospital for appointments, and every time they'd be like, "What's the date of birth? What's the date of birth?" And I'd be like, "Oh, and I'd never remember." So in the end, I tattooed it on my arm. So now when I get a phone call and they say, "What's the date of birth?" I just go, "Oh, it's blah, 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 blah." So that's my tattoo on my arm. So I shall say good night, and I shall see you again tomorrow for some more Slim and Well goodies, hopefully. And I did today pop to Sainsbury's, and I did buy a couple of bits, so I will tomorrow vlog those and include them into the what I eat in a day. So night.